The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
Hello everyone and welcome to our first streamed game of our second tournament of the D1 season. This is the Aquatic April and I'm going to be your streamer tonight, G-Man, and we have got a good matchup for you going into this one. We'll be going to the Dolphin region as we are going to see a match between number 7 seeded Laraujo and number 10 seeded Ghost, but before we do that, let's take a look at tonight's games. The initial start of this tournament, unfortunately, had to go to a delay and is postponed to a later date. We did have a few scheduling quirks today, so Brad and M will reschedule for another time. We will update you on that when the new time slot will be. But in what became the first matchup of the tournament in this Dolphin region, we've had a lot of Dolphin region games tonight. Sean Ard took care of business 4-1 against Bolton, had a disappointing exit last tournament against Jesse Turner. He is looking for revitalization in this Aquatic April to try and make a run and to prove a lot of people wrong that were doubting him from last tournament. And then we got our first huge upset of the tournament. Number 15, Logan C, takes out number 2 seed Nam, who made the Final Four last tournament in March for the 2. Excellent performance by Logan. Nam, obviously disappointing exit there, but he's definitely going to learn to rebound from that and try to move forward from this loss and continue on this season. But we now have our second match here or third match here for the Dolphin region, and this will actually determine who will face Logan in the next round. So we have Laraujo and Ghost fighting it out to see who will be able to go against potential Cinderella Logan in this second round of the Aquatic April. But here we take a look at the bracket pod. You see we have it updated. We now have 4 matches opposed to 2. So we got a bit of a expanded look at this bracket. This is half of the Dolphin region, bottom half more specifically. You see here that Logan was able to defeat Nam earlier tonight and moves on to the next round. Lara and Ghost are about to play, but then we also have on the other end of it, DJ Curtis and Leia are playing on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Yoshi Awesome and Sam England are going to be playing at Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both players looking to get a good win there. Yoshi definitely looking to avoid the 0-2, and Sam England looking to keep the ball rolling after getting a win against Darkrain in March Madness. But obviously the action's not going to stop. We got some more matches tomorrow, and boy, we got a lot of stream matches tomorrow. 4 of the 5 matches that are going to be played will be streamed tomorrow, and we're going to start things off with a 4 p.m. Eastern afternoon match between Cody Lamas and Clint Buchanan. Good old Clint, and it's a Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson battle with the numbers Lamas 48, Clint 24. We'll see how that goes. And then a little after that, we're going to have Christian Tago and Austin LaPlante battle it out to kick things off for the Tuna region. That's going to be a good matchup. LaPlante making it to the Sweet 16 as a 16 seed last tournament. Gets a bit of a seed boost up here, but he's going to have to go up against Tago, who had an disappointing early exit in March, and he is looking to redeem himself. And then little while later, our first evening match for tomorrow, it's going to be myself versus Austin Rogers. Both players are 0-1 entering this tournament. This is a very vital match for both. Both looking to not be 0-2 to start the season, and both are looking to try to get things going after both had exits in the first round in disappointing fashions. And then after that, our only non-streamed match of the night, it's going to be Kev Shearer and William Brock battling it out in the Tuna region, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kev had a good win last tournament, but unfortunately just came up short against LaPlante and went 1-1. And Brock was someone who was pretty hyped up last tournament, didn't fully show that potential, so people are hoping that he shows a little more in this tournament, and winning this first round matchup will be a good start. So that will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 30 minutes after that, we're going to have Nick and MGR tip it off with our first 8-9 of the tournament in the Dolphin region. Again, a lot of Dolphin region matches are getting done early. both interesting storylines for both these players. MGR had the game in his hands in March and unfortunately could not close the deal. He is looking to redeem himself to get a win in this first round and move on to the next round. And Nick had a very okay debut. Won his first round matchup, but unfortunately didn't go much further than that as he unfortunately fell victim to Abion's Elite 8 run as he went down 4-2 in the round of 32 in March. He is looking to try and keep things going with the first round wins, so he is looking for something there. I think we're gonna bring it over to our broadcast here. Again, we got a few different things this time. Of course, the updated logo, but we also have a little bit of an update to our watch party graphic. We'd like to thank Not Short for helping us with that. Looks a little cleaner. We also got 1080p this time. Yes, that is right. We have increased the quality this time. So hopefully matches will be a little bit better visually and graphically. I'm joined by my co-host, which I feel like I say that a lot with my stream games, Charles Sanford. This is an interesting match to say the least. It's a 7-10. We saw what happened last tournament with this line. Not a lot of action for the 7s, but the 10s really went for a field day there. Ashley, who was a 10 seed, made it to the finals of March Madness. So with Ghost on this 10 line, do you think we could see something with this 10 line going forward starting tonight?
I would like to think we can. Obviously with Ghost, it's a situation where they're coming into this one having not performed very well in March, having now dropped from a 5 seed down to a 10 after losing in 5. Lara comes in this one knowing what the 10 seeds can do. They were a 10 seed back in March, now get moved up to 7. I think this could be a good matchup. We know that Ghost likes to play quick, but that style seems to have been combated pretty well. I think Lara's going to know what they're in for. So I like Lara in this one. We'll have to see what happens, though.
Absolutely. You have to recall that Ghost had a disappointing March with the round 1 exit, but Lara was able to get redemption in a way, beating Zach, who took them out in the last tournament of 2023. So bit of redemption there for Lara. Lara is looking to build off that momentum to get a second win here and to move on to this round of 32 where they will face Logan. So that will be an interesting matchup to watch. My mic was a little low there, so I apologize. But yeah, I mean, Lara's looking to keep the ball rolling after getting redemption against Zach in the March Madness after Zach beat them in the final tournament of 2023. So Lara looking to go 2-1 here. Ghost is looking to get that first win of the season after a disappointing early exit in March. Going to bring it over to a quick comment with KT here. You've seen a lot from both these players. You've even said yourself you've taken some inspirations from Ghost to add to your play style. What do you expect going into this matchup tonight, and who do you think has the best strategy to get out on top?
Well, these both players know each other from differently. You look at Ghost, he's got that snap, 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 crackle, pop, Rice Krispies, right? And he's got the snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie, but the problem is for him, sometimes those Krispies can get a little stale, G. They can get a little stale. I expect a little bit more refined game tonight from him. He's going to come into this saying, I'm 0-1, a little pressure out there. Let's put it on the line right here. Right, we already saw what happened tonight to Nam. It can happen to anybody. He wants to get into the next round. For Lara, obviously, it's a little different environment. You go into their first round match in March. Zach 1-3 is a familiar foe. Retro was the opposite. He was no clue data. Like there was no data, no clue what was going on, right? And he got caught for a surprise 4-3 loss. Something's got to give. You look at Ghost; he's going to be playing that Rice Krispie style, really fast, crackle, pop. Lara, who I'm looking to see what he can do with the pace management, how he can slow the game down. See, one of the popular trends so far of the night has been number efficiency. And we saw, at least I saw some of the yard game. Looking back in the tape, looks like a lot of number efficient plays. And then, of course, you have the card luck. Ghost is one of those players that does mid-tier package stuff. Lara is someone that's okay to flirt with the mid-tier as well. I'm interested to see how the 7-11 card line goes. It should be a fun one. Let's get it on, for sure.
Yeah, of course. Before we get this match going underway, just like to get a quick comment from Not Short, who is our newest commission team. So we welcome him to the MRE Uno commission team. When it comes to this matchup, these are two players who are definitely looking for a win, but for different situations. Ghost is trying to get off the ground, here for this season. A lot of these guys who are entering this tournament 0-1 are definitely getting antsy to trying to get that first win here, because then at that point you're 0-2 and you're already kind of falling away from the pack in terms of the Super League battle. It's 15 spots for D1, which might sound like a lot, but with how competitive this field has been so far, it's really going to be a tight battle up there, and you want to get every win where you can. Lara is looking to keep the ball rolling with that one win they got in March, and to hopefully add another one here. And some people could see this as an opportunity to make a run, because we saw Nam earlier tonight, who was the 2 seed of this region, go down to number 15 seeded Logan. Logan obviously, of course, can make a run for themselves, but I feel like for some people, they might be looking at this upset and see it as an opportunity to make something happen here in this tournament. So what do you think both these players are thinking going into this matchup? It's a not short.
I was deafened for half that question, so
well, that okay. Let me.
Don't worry, short. I remembered everything. He was just wanting a little expectation of the game, thoughts on being a new commission member, and what you're expecting tonight. We obviously have Ghost coming in 0-1, Laraujo coming off that tough loss to Retro. What's your insight into this one, friend?
well, they're both trying to get on track. As for me on commission, I'm happy to be here, happy to bring it to the next level here in T2. Gonna be a fun day tomorrow. I'll be streaming G-Man and G-Man and Austin Rogers, as well as Nick MGR for you guys tomorrow night, so just stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm thrilled to be here, as I said at the reveal show earlier in the week. It should be a great time. Can't wait. Can't wait to get this first stream underway between Lara and Ghost. Should be a fun one to watch.
So I don't think I've ever went against either of these players directly, but I have seen them before. I do think Lara is one of those more composed players who kind of just plays the game. If they win, good. If they lose, let's just keep going. You know, it's like they don't take a loss hard. They just keep going and going, and they don't. And I feel like it's one of those players who you don't really. It's hard to predict how they're gonna do in a match, because they could show up and sometimes they don't. I think you kind of could say the same for Ghost, at least especially in MRE, because since if you look back at the first season, he had a pretty good record for himself, but then losing the round 1 against Nick definitely starts bringing questions. Hard to both in a similar position where we don't really know how far they could really get, and they're really going to test each other, I feel like, because we know kind of the play style Ghost usually does. Lara kind of with a composed, like, medium pace, sometimes thinks about the moves he makes. It's gonna be an interesting clash. We'll see if Lara can handle Ghost. If he can, then it's gonna be a good match. And we'll see how Ghost can handle someone who's a little bit slower, because we saw that with Nick. He couldn't really do that. So, I mean, this isn't going to be... I wouldn't say... Lara isn't probably not as slow as Nick, but at the same time, it's definitely a pace he's not in favor with. So, both kind of have, in terms of the past, haven't really done well, but one of them's going to get the win here. So, we'll see who gets it.
All right, indeed we will, but going through it here, we got a bit of a crowd here for this first stream matchup with the Aquatic April. We have our March Madness finalist in Ashley watching the action here. She is number 1 seed of the Dolphin region, so looking at a potential matchup down the line if she makes it back to that point. And then we also have, of course, my co-commentator Charles Sanford. Both our players, Ghost and Lara, in the VC. We also have Nam, Nick, and rounding out with our 3 commission members, Not Short, KT, and Yoshi. All right. On that note, I think we are ready to begin, and we are ready to start this first streamed game of the Aquatic April. Lara is the higher seed, so they will start with home field. We are going to give the game one call to Charles Sanford. So Charles, take it away.
Okay. Let's see. Who do we got? Lara, you get the call first. Everything's on the board. 5 to 15.
I'm also going to change my microphone input so I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth.
You can
here,
either
so-
text or say it.
Yeah. Preferably put it into the playing channel also, if you're gonna text it. Oh, okay, I'm muted. We're eagerly waiting what the card start's gonna be. All right, are you good?
If you're saying anything, Lara, we're not hearing it.
Yeah, maybe just type it. Yeah, maybe just type it. That's fine. All right, starting with 11. You said it before, KT. KT mentioned it. Both these players like that mid-card package, so we are starting out with one of those with the 11 card starts. So higher end of the mid-card package, but
And it starts with a green 1.
yeah, but higher card of the mid-card package, but still mid-card package. So green 1 is going to get us underway here, and we'll see what the first play is. I'm going to also get this up on my phone so I can look through this.
Lara starting to load up now.
Uh,
Plays the green 6. Ghost, we would expect to play quick.
Skip, there it is.
Doubles.
Sure. Are you doing the scoreboard? I don't.
Uh-oh.
I could start it.
I wasn't.
I
wasn't.
can start it. Don't worry. I'll add like.
Well, double into.
Uh,
well, it was
well,
going to be a
does it-
double.
We'll add a few seconds.
Yeah.
There we go.
And type the second one.
Yeah, you would like
Yeah,
put
there we go.
PGA.
There it is.
Someone left. I think it was Non. Ghost draws, so early draw there.
There's the switch.
There's the, yep. Color swap into blue. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double
I should
play.
have said not to ask him anything right now. A little double play there from Ghost, yep. Into a blue 7.
Switches
Ghost
to
Ooh,
green
going back to
7.
green.
Green.
Might be
Yeah.
willing to draw with Lara here. No, he's going back to
No.
blue.
Double switch there.
That was
That is
smart,
a good.
actually.
That is a good play. Bit risky though, because I don't think there was a surefire way to know whether Lara was out of green, but does
Hold
pay
on,
off.
Lara's drawing.
Good play here. Lara seems to be stuck on a two-color strategy, which is not the best when Ghost is running on the blue and green. Still a draw, and gets to switch to yellow, so I think this frees Lara, but what does Lara have?
Yeah, I
Walking
gotta
the
be
yellow.
careful now. getting to the point where Ghost might be going down the wire here, switching to a color that has not been played yet. So
We are getting low. Goes the yellow 3. Make that yellow 9. We're going with the multiples of 3. Thing is, when it's your turn, you got all the time in the world to think about this, and a Ghost is just going to end it with the +4. That was just a good color play there by Ghost there, so he's going to start things out with a 1-0 here.
guess it's that classic sneak attack, you could say, just like all of a sudden it's over.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we see this with Ghost. He usually has stuff lined up, and even then, he's just someone who has this stuff typed in quickly. So it's that fast pace where your turn gets more valuable with time because you got a lot of time to think about it. But Ghost is already locking in with what he wants. So I'm gonna bring it over to Ghost here. You were really able to run the colors well throughout that game. Talk me through how you were feeling as you were going through the color switches there. As you went from green to blue, back to green, back to blue, and then finished it off with yellow, and then got the run there to where you could just +4 to end it. Talk me through that. Of course, I think both players are going to be typing their answers, so there might be a little bit of dead space in between, but that's all good. Ghost is typing his answer out. But yeah, interesting start here. Ghost does take game 1, so Lara is going to be behind early, but we have seen these home stands be split from time to time, so Lara might be looking to do that here and get a reset. No, he didn't have a green since he was the one who switched off it, so I did a quick switch to green to make him draw. Fair enough. We saw that was true with Lara, but I think Ghost is going to add to his answer, but I'll just initially throw the question to Lara since I think Lara is going to type also. What do you take from this game 1, and how do you make adjustments to do better on in game 2 and beyond? Do a little bit of dead space here, but
Knew he didn't have green since he was the one who switched off, so I did a quick switch to green to make him draw. It's a bold call, considering there are some people who would definitely have that green still.
that is true.
I like it, G. You know, and this is what I was just saying, right? It's the old mindset. If you don't want to go down 0-2, right now Ghost is in playoff mode, right? He's in desperation mode already. I like you're a player that's going to play fast like this. You want to set the tempo. You're coming down for that fast break, right? Why stop doing what I've been doing for years in Ghost, right? Because we all know he's around the block. He's a player around the block. We've seen him. Keep doing that, right? Keep doing that fast break and excel a little more. That's going to throw him off. I like that crossover back, believe it or not. You got to try something different. If it wasn't working against Nick, when he played against Nick, let's try something different. It's all about the evolution process when you have a month and a half off. I'm sure Nick could appreciate that too, as well.
Some player analysis there from KT.
I'm going to ask Lara this question again because I'm not sure if they heard me because I don't see any typing, but what did you take from that first game, and how are you going to apply those lessons for game 2 and beyond?
Thank you, Short. Appreciate that, man.
There he goes. Switch accept. Apparently clock's still running, G-Man.
Oh, the clock's still running? Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of a product of having to manage the scoreboard here. But I mean, we could
I
timestamp
didn't have it going, so that's...
Yeah, I thought we usually have someone on that, so... I think everything else is good. I don't know. I think I got to be a little more attentive to what Ghost is trying to do. Fair enough. On that note, we can bring this over to game number 2. We're gonna give the call to our timekeeper Yoshi for this second game. So Yoshi, take it away.
Okay, Lara, you have the call for game 2. Still everything on the table. How many cards?
Going
And
one
then
down.
yeah, okay. I didn't know if it was the same as last time, but yeah, it was just 1 down. Okay, both joining here. Blair looking to get a 1 back. If he goes down 0-2, might be a rough. It'll be rough. It'll be a rough ride from there. Green reverse to start. We'll see who gets the win.
Now these reverse starts are interesting because you could start with a all right. You could start with one of those early runs to begin on a different color. So if you have those reverses, you might elect to go for it, but then that also quickly uses some of your ammo. So bit of a decision here to make, but does give you a bit of a gap to early lead. And Lara's gonna take it, goes with the red switch, and they're gonna start things out with the red. Ghost is going to play along with it and go with the red 4. Lara with a bit of a lead to start this game out, but we could see those leads evaporate quickly. And I believe you did mention it before, Sanford, but going down 2-0 is not the best scenario. We saw that one happen earlier tonight with Jeff Bolton, and while there were some things in that game that were a bit clunky,
Wow.
I think overall it's not the best one. Sometimes it's just depends on the player, but sometimes that's a tough hill to climb. But we get a double switch here with the blue and the green.
Well, it was KT that mentioned it, but yeah, for sure, no one really wants to go into that 0-2 hole when you start the year when there's only 5 tournaments. So for Ghost, he's definitely trying to avoid it. He's on a good start at least right now. So we had trips 4.
Yeah, I noticed Ghost when Lara switched to blue, he almost immediately switched to green, didn't even think about it. Maybe he was expecting that 4 play. Oh no.
And draws. No, nothing on green. Ghost plays the green 3, and I'm seeing he's got something loaded up here, so we'll see what happens. Switches to the red. Miscall there. Doesn't have a blue 3. Draws. Doesn't exactly reveal his hand, but bit of a misplay, bit of a clean play. Goes for the red 1, blue 1. Okay, gets to switch the blue here. I don't think that was the card he was trying to play before, but does get the switch here. No blue 3 though, so. Lara with a 1.5 card lead.
Table check.
That is the first table check of the game. So I think someone's manning the scoreboard now, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't think I hit the start button actually. So it's like I think someone is taking care of it, but
Yeah, Lara's definitely gonna take his time a bit more. I like it because he's down 1-0, you know, he's considering, you know, just thinking more about what Ghost is trying to do.
I mean, the thing also is when you take your time, you can play a bit tricky when you're going up against someone who's playing that lightning fast pace, so. Or just trying to slow the game down, wants the pace to be slower. Goes with the wild yellow.
Switches to wild on the
Plays
spot.
a kind of a big play. Oh,
Really?
Ghost can't even do anything. You only can use the skip.
Interesting. Tries to leave the skip open. I don't think Lara's gonna take it though, because they just played the wild yellow, so
Yeah, it's
might
either gonna
not
be a
have,
number or something more.
possibly. I mean, I'm not sure how this is gonna end up playing. Yeah, yellow
Yeah, it's a
9
number. Okay. Ghost probably gonna look to switch out if possible.
doesn't get it. Yeah,
Can't.
I think Lara at this point's walking a minefield here. There's a possibility they have a run to the finish here, and they're just trying to get there as carefully as they can. Plays the 6 and gets blown
Okay.
up.
Gets the blue. Is that too late though?
That was the color they called wild on, so
Ooh, yeah.
+4.
Well, and that might just be a way to get back into yellow. This could be the end, but I don't think so.
That's
Oh, it
gonna be the
is.
end.
Well, it is.
And that is how you tie up a series 1-1.
Make
Nice.
sure
Yeah,
they
I was gonna
stop the
say.
clock.
Yeah, I guess I was right with the call that it was too late. Once he got the 2 yellows in, that switching to blue didn't really mean much. Didn't really do much. I mean.
Yeah. So Laura's gonna make it a split for the homestand. So good stuff to them. Ghost unable to get up 2-0, but still not in a bad spot as they're gonna take the homestand here. I'm gonna ask Lara. Lara, you bring it back 1-1, get a game back. Essentially, make things a best of 5. I am having the hiccups a lot. I apologize. Essentially a best of 5 now. What you clearly definitely made a bit of a mix up with your strategy from game 1 to take the win there. What do you expect going forward in this series, and what do you believe this kind of game reset does for the rest of the series?
While those guys answer the questions, G, one of the biggest things I saw there from Ghost was he tried to do what he did in game 1. Go back to that gamble play, go to the blue 6. I think that's the right move. Right, I told you I modeled my game off him. That's the right move. The problem is it's a shot in the dark. Came 1 turn too late. You got a +4 finish. There's not much you can do. He did the right thing there, in my opinion. Just couldn't get the 1 card. That's really what it comes down to, G. Micro margins. All it takes is 1 card. Who knows? If he gets that blue 6 2 turns earlier, different story. Lara burns up the ammo, Ghost gets a little bit more freshies in the tank, and it becomes a chess match that could go 10 extra minutes, right? And we know Ghost likes to finish games quicker, whereas Lara's trying to go for more of this, okay, slow it down when need to, speed it up, right? Pace management for the fans at home. So that was a very good game. And for Ghost, think about it, he got 1 and he's on the road, right? He's the road player. So getting that 1 is all mission accomplished to him. We'll see what he does in game 3. He's got an interesting mid-tier pack. I want to see if he switches it up though. Sure.
I'm just gonna type this question out for Laura because I don't know if they heard me the first time. I'm just gonna post a question there. I'm just going to be typing that, and we'll get a question or an answer from Ghost, and we'll be moving on to game 3 and the start of Ghost's homestand.
Were you gonna just type out the question to Ghost as well?
Ghost has been hearing the questions. Laura's kind of been like 50-50, so.
Oh.
Ghost, if you didn't hear, you can ask to repeat. It's Cool.
I didn't ask Ghost the question yet because I'm just
I
Lara's
asked Ghost,
typing.
but oh, yeah, never mind. Excuse me. If they both type, you might as well.
Yeah, I'll
ask
throw
them
the
that question
I will throw the question to Ghost here as Lara's finishing up typing. Ghost, unfortunately, little too late with the blue switch there. But I think overall, it just came down to some unfortunate color swaps at times, which kind of did you in, sadly. But what do you take from this game, and how do you try to sweep your home stance so you go up 3-1? All right. Let's finish that question for Ghost. We look at the answer from Lara. I play things one game at a time for the most part, and best of 5 and best of 7 aren't too far off IMO, so it doesn't change much for me. Fair enough. But we'll get Ghost's answer in a second. There we go.
See, old adage,
Lara,
right?
Lara has experience with the best of 5s last year. So.
I mean, that is true.
Old adage, G, right? How do you eat an elephant, my friend? One bite at a time. That's the old saying. That's how it goes. That's it.
Pull up something here, actually. And we're talking best of 5s. Lara in Myths League was able to 3-0 their round 1 in Tournament 5. Unfortunately, lost 3-1 the Tropic there, so 50-50 there. But definitely with Ghost, things can go either way. So we'll see how it goes with that. I think Ghost is still typing his answer. Yeah.
Ghost is typing, yeah.
Yeah, 1-2 good answers. Can you take the question? Okay.
Oh, it has to go when both players are
All right, there we go.
aren't having.
That's the gist of it. It's all good. So yeah. I think Laura had a stream game before. I'm not sure about Ghost. So.
Last tournament, yeah.
Yeah, last tournament.
I think it was the first round against Zach. I think was the stream game.
Interesting.
For Lara, yeah, I think that's correct.
Hoping to take advantage, choosing the card start to give myself an edge with the long battle. All right, fair enough. So on that note, we're going to go to game 3 here. I will take the call on this one. Ghost, only card start you can't pick is 11. So how many cards would you like? I have an initial idea of what it might be. Oh, full send. All right.
Knew it was going to be something big.
All right, everyone get your full sends out here. First full send of the series. There we go. And we're going to get things started here. In game 3, and it's going to be another special card start. It's going to be a blue skip. So, Ghosts. And quick play there with 15 cards. Sometimes you see it takes a while for that first play to go with 15 cards, but Ghost going in quickly with the blue 5. Timer's going. There we go.
That's it, man. That's Ghost. No attack, no chance. That's his mindset, G. No attack, no chance. Play it. Don't even think about it. Be water. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Our expert player analysis there, KT, chiming in once again.
Yeah, you got to think about this here, but with Lara, you're essentially with Ghost starting in that quick play, you're essentially thinking to yourself, the game start is really a blue 5 at this point. That blue skip doesn't really matter at all for me. So Lara taking their time, looking through their cards, seeing what they want to do with it, and they will go from there. But just plays it cool with the blue 1. This could go a few ways here. I could see us running blue for a while, but I could see an early switch as well. I'm not really sure what we're going to get here, but I think we're going to find out within the next 2 to 3 turns. With 15, I would expect maybe we run blue for a little bit. Could get an early switch here. We do blue skip into green skip. Didn't run it that long, but sometimes you want those early switches.
You walked into that one, my friend.
Interesting also that we have both blue skips off the board within like 3 turns.
That is true. Green 6 gets placed down, and I gotta say that's a little slower than what we usually expect Ghost when it comes to his play. So might have stopped for a second to try to think about what he wanted to do, but jumps right back into it with the green 8. Lara with the green 0. I mean, I think with that green 0, maybe Lara wanted to at least guarantee a stay for a bit, and they do get that. Of course, 0 is not always a guarantee, but it is the least likely number to switch on. And Lara's going to go with the green 9, so 1 up there.
1 up this time.
And Ghost runs out. Besides going into that green skip, only had 2 greens there. Might have been looking to play those and get a number to switch off of, but gets the green 4 off the draw.
Could have been off the draw for sure.
Again, just gotta say what I see, but never really know sometimes.
Back to the green 1.
We're going back to the green 1 here. That's what they had a blue 1 before. I have to wonder if there could be a switch here, because we remember Ghost took a bit before he ended up typing here, but we do get a wild red. Might have not wanted to risk waiting anymore and played the wild there, but it could have also been inverse where drew the wild off the draw. But now we're running red for a bit. Lara says no.
Off the yellow.
Commentator's curse. And we're gonna go yellow though. Ghost is fine with it. Again, besides that run from Ghost, hasn't been too many special cards so far, but Lara might change that, and they do. Yellow reverse. Ooh, they're not gonna lose anything from it.
We
But
get away with it.
that was scary.
Pandora's is open, G. Don't forget that.
That is true. Didn't do red too much. Only besides that wild, only 2. But plays a red 4. I don't know what's going on here with Ghost.
Fast pace. The fast pace is what's killing him here. Fast pace is that you'll get misplays like that.
This is the thing. Sometimes you go 100 miles per hour,
Still
but
not Ghost's turn yet.
I don't think that's a misplay. I think I know what he's doing. But keep going.
we'll have to see when it's his turn. But sometimes when you get into these situations, it's sometimes you're going 100 miles per hour, then you get a little loose and kind of get out of control. But yeah, I think that might not be what Ghost might have not hit the words. That might not have been what Ghost wanted there. We'll see, because the thing is, when it's not your turn, it doesn't say you can't play that card or anything like that. But
well, we've seen Ghost make that type of a mistake before. Now, obviously, he's made it a few times in this match. So
that is true. But Ghost still drawing on the yellow. And Lara places down the +4.
I'm going to bailout.
I don't know if this is going to be a bailout, much less a possible run to the finish. And yes, it will be. There it is. Ends it with the wild. 2-1 Lara gets 2 back, and Lara is going to be up 2-1 here. Could we see a repeat of what we saw in the first homestand, where the away player takes the first game and the home player takes the second? We'll have to see. But Ghost, you had a bit of a fumble there with the yellow 3. Didn't get punished for it, but then had the early red 4 play. I mean, a bit of a mistake there. Walk us through that, and what do you think you're going to do going forward to try and get back into this? Only 2-1, so obviously not out of it, but this is an important game coming up because there's a big difference between 2-2 and 3-1. Honestly, I pressed enter too early. Fair enough. That is the risk that goes sometimes with this super fast play style. D2, we see hockey run this style as well, so ultimately didn't matter since I had no play in the end. Fair enough. All right. Lara, we're going to jump to you. That's 2 straight now. You're looking for 3 straight here to make this 3-1. What did you take away from that game, and what are you looking for when it comes to taking this 4th game to make this 3-1 here and essentially set you up very well for this rest of the series?
This wouldn't exactly be the same situation that Ghost was in March, at least. In March, he was down 3-0 before getting the first win.
At that point, it was too little, too late, as they almost 4-1 there. So, looking to try and avoid a similar fate. Yeah, Lara taking a bit to respond, just making sure they're compiling all their words. Again, a little bit of a dead space in between, but that's all good since both these players are just typing.
The only thing I can really say about that game is for Ghost, sometimes when he gets to Pandora's box, when you play 100 miles per hour, you're so locked in on one color, you're thinking plan A, plan A, plan A. And when you try to go to plan B, you can sometimes mess up not just the command, but you can mess up your thought process. And that's something I'm interested to see what Ghost says. Is he was on plan A all the way with the yellows, and then the moment the greens, and then the moment Pandora's opened.
Alright, got our answer here. Right. When he played the red 4 after my table check, I took into consideration to avoid playing the red skip, though I thought that was pretty game changing. Fair enough, as I believe Trip just joined the call. Welcome. 2-1 right now, Laraujo. Skip. Let's go back to that. Red 8, yellow 8, 3, yellow reverse.
Sometimes just not playing an action card is the better play.
Yield edge, right? 2 steps forward, 1 steps back sometimes.
Played the yellow 7, yellow 9, then just ran the end of it. Maybe considering a wild switch or something like that. But yeah. On that note, we are going to get things started with Game 4 here. We're going to give the call to the man himself, KT, here. Ghost has his second homestand game, so on that note, KT, take it away.
Well, what can he call?
He can't call 11. 11.
All
right. The Ghost of the West. What are we thinking, my friend? I like
He's going this again.
I like it.
Another full send here.
I like it.
Wants to run it back.
Don't. Truthfully. Already lost on that.
Well, we're going to find out right now. Let's see what the medal of Ghost is. They call him the fastest man in the West. Will he try to pick up a win and get to 2-2? Laraujo looking to get up to 3-1 right here and make a big statement. He starts it up, He says this famous GL as we go with the yellow reverse action. Ghost going to go no hesitation here, or does he take his time? Let's find out.
That is
Gee, back to
another
you.
special card start. That's the third one of the
Another
series.
reverse. Yeah, we already have one reverse in this series.
This bot is liking these special card starts. It's kind of tempting the players here. Ghost is not going to take it, though. Starts with the yellow 3 and does take a little bit to play it there. Ghost may be slowing down the pace slightly. See what Lara has to respond here. Again, 15 cards. Second game in a row, we're going with 15 here. So, starts with the yellow reverse. So, that's both yellow reverses gone. Again, another special card right off the board. Yellow 7, yellow 3. Lara was going to take a tentative lead here with that double play. And now the question is, we switched off blue somewhat early in the last game. Do we switch off yellow early here, or do we keep it playing? Yellow 7 here. Lara has both yellow 7s in the deck. Ghost is going to go with a yellow 9 here. And at this point, it seems like it's a bit of a back and forth. I think the only thing that's really going to break this is a color switch.
Well, keeping on odd numbers so far.
Quite the oddity, if I say so myself. Yeah, there's the color
There we
switch.
go,
Going
going
red,
red.
and
No,
Ghost
Going
doesn't
back
want
to
it.
yellow, great play from Ghost.
Ghost is not going to let that color
Lara
switch
Lara
yet.
appreciates it.
Showing that respect for sure.
That's a definite respect move, G. We've seen clean, but
Oh,
some...
Holds
no,
on
had
to the
his
yellow
own-
skin.
Not gonna
Had his
go
own
down without a
answers back
fight.
to red.
It's a good thing also when you have those switches sometimes. Sometimes if you get that double play, you could have something in reserve to make sure that switch does happen. Lara up 8-10. 2.5 card lead. Ghost is loading something up here. Lara is taking a second to think about this. Just played a triple bagger to go to red. Ghost runs with the red here. Does Lara keep it going, or do they lack much on the color red here? We will have to see.
Well, he's
One's
able
up.
to go and keep that like 3-card lead basically.
And there's a
Into
switch, blue 2. Only color left off the table right now is green. Got a little ASMR action there. Anyways, blue 7, blue 9. Again, a lot of odd numbers here. We did have that switch to blue on the 2, but a lot of odd numbered cards played so far.
Both players typing there.
Have to wonder also if we stuck on the 9, how many switches we would have got there, because Ghost seemed to have that blue 9 as well. Goes with the blue skip,
Blue
saves that
skip.
skip there. And the +2.
Oh,
Bit
big
of a run going here. I don't think this is the end. Yeah, just another 3-bagger. Lara is running with these 3-baggers here as they are down to... They're down to 3. Ghost gonna go with the blue 1. Both blue 1s. Actually, no, not both blue 1s. That's my mistake. It just goes with the blue 1. Lara is down to 3. Looking to take the game here. Both players still have a power play, and Lara runs out on blue. Switch
Goes
the
with the
green. That's
swap.
Pandora's. We'll see how this goes. Lara does get broken free. Was that switch ill-advised, or does Ghost got something here?
No, I know what he did. I'll tell you later.
Oh, Ghost says, here we go.
Get both power plays still on the table, so Lara not really sure what's going to come here.
Curious.
Maybe a big run. Plus
Oh,
2
wow.
into
That
a
was really-
artificial closer with the wild.
Yeah.
So
That was
I mean, they might have just
I
wanted to
think
get
to
rid of
some
they might want to just get rid of the plus 2 there since they had the switch. But
interesting is right.
it goes to yellow.
Could be a taunt in a way.
Nothing
Oh,
for
there it has
Lara.
nothing. Is that game?
That is a
Oh,
large
you used
run.
a power
Oh
play,
my
but it
goodness.
doesn't matter. Wow.
Makes it 2-2
Yeah,
and we have
I
a
mean-
repeat.
I did say, I'm like, is that game? Because I said that we had the here we go.
That you could have used a power play there, but I mean,
Well, when
he-
you're going
I-
cycles,
that-
though.
I mean, it's not a huge risk, but it was. I think it's. I mean, yeah. The fact I think it definitely would have begged the question: would you use a power play if it involved any draws before that, any more than 2? But
I mean, it was a really quick played 6 cards there. It went bang, bang, bang. So getting that timing in
Oh,
in
yeah.
between there would have been hard. But Lara doesn't elect to use the defensive power play, and it's going to be stuck at 2-2 here. We get a repeat of that first homestand. Ghost, this is essentially a best of 3 now. I said this before to Lara. I'm going to say it to you, except we're going even further down. How does the atmosphere of this game change, knowing that we're essentially at a best of 3 with both players still having their power play? Yeah, this Ghost types. We're in a interesting situation here now. Had a pivotal game 4 to make it 2-2, and now we got another pivotal game 5 here for one player to get at check for this series.
Yeah, I was telling you something interesting. I see what Ghost is trying to do. He's trying to undercut Lara's color strat. So basically what he's trying to do is when he goes back to yellow 9, he's doing an undercut. Lara did a great clean play to red. But once he was going to blue, I'm like, you know what? I used the numbers and the efficiency. I see for example, I see a couple skips off the board on yellow, see a couple reverses off on yellow, got a red skip off. Maybe he'll cook a blue, run out, get to that green switch, and then he just had a monster artificial. And you know when you got an artificial like that with a +2, that's a warning shot. He fired a perfect warning shot, clean cut execution. That's what it's all about. Like I said, G, I mile my style off this guy. He knows what he's doing. Remember, G, this guy was originally from that UUL. He knows what a best of 3 is, an all-star. So I expect him to come in clutch. I expect him to come in clutch right here. This could be big.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here. It goes with being a UUL player, does have some experience with that, but we'll see how it goes here. Lara has been in these close game situations though before, so we'll see how they'll be able to deal with that. But as Ghost, I believe, is going to start finishing up typing, we're going to throw the question here to Lara. Hopefully Ghost puts his answer in a second. I did see him typing, but Lara, it's 2-2 now. We're in a best of 3. Did mention it before. Ghost is someone who has had a lot of experience with these best of 3s in various different leagues, including UUL. How do you lock in and focus as you do have the first homestand here in this essentially best of 3 with both players having a power play? How do you lock in and make sure that you are the one who's up 3-2 going into this game, going into game 6? If you want different wording, essentially, how do you make sure you get this game 5 secured? Still waiting on Ghost here. Yeah, there we go. And going down to best of 3 makes this lean a bit more towards luck compared to the longer best of 7 we started with the addition of both having power plays. I expect these next games to be more action-packed. Fair enough. We're going to get an answer from Lara here in a second, but I'm going to throw this to Sanford here. We're 2-2 right now. Both homestands played out in a very similar fashion. Is this what you were expecting going into this, and what do you think is going to happen in these last few games? We could potentially only have 2 more games, or we could even go the distance here. So what do you think is going to happen with both these players still having power play?
Well, to answer the first question, it's definitely the type of play that I could have seen happening based off of what we've seen for both players dating back to last year. It's also the type of game you really want to see out of a 7-10 where it's going to it looks like it's going to go down to the wire. It looks like we're headed towards that best of 7. For and both players, they know what they want to do. It's a matter of whether or not the cards are going to play out, and that's one of the things about best of three that we have basically is it can kind of come down to cards. If one player just gets two hands where they have maybe 4 or 5 action cards, that could be all she wrote basically for either player. But having the power play is going to allow them to maybe try and stop the runs if need be. Although if you're Lara, it's kind of hard to stop a run when you type it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gee, I want to say one thing real quick, man. One of the biggest reasons why I like that 15 card start from Ghost is you look at Stream of Consciousness. You look at Ghost. Go back to the tape. Where's the draw? Right? Sometimes when you know you can get a little card luck, considering Ghost is used to 7 cards, let's amp up the levels to 15. Let's send it. Right? Because he's a stream of conscious player, which means whatever that stream of conscious is, he's just going to go for it and run downhill. Well, Laraujo's got to play a little more defense. He's good with the mid-tier package. I'm interested to see what the card start is. You know, you look at the best of 3 package right now. Ghost is used to this. He's used to the mindset. Laraujo also is used to the mindset in other leagues. So basically, it's going to come down to, can Laraujo anticipate the color efficiency to run long enough, or does Ghost? I'll let you read that. G. Take care of that.
Main difference between this situation and real best of 3 is the previous 4 games, so I've got to take what I've learned those games and adjust accordingly pretty much. Fair enough. So
back to what I was saying now real quick. It's going to come down to Laraujo, can he run the colors just enough and time it perfectly, or will Ghost do a little undercut strategy on the colors, undercut him, and force that ammo early? That's what this game's going to come down to. I'm interested to see how that evolves, especially with the card start here, because Game 6, this is his last home game. Or not Game 6, Game 5, right? It's Game 5, right? Yeah, Game 5.
Well, Game 5, but it's not Lara's last because he'd have a
No,
Game
that's
7.
right. Yeah, that's right. Like I said, half asleep. But the point is, yeah, I'm interested to see Laraujo. Does he stick with that mid tier, or does he turn it all the way down? Let's see.
All right, so we're gonna get things started here with game number 5, 2-2. A pretty close series so far for anyone who's just joined us. Let's give this game 5 call to our newest commission member, not Short. So Short, take it away. Lara can't choose 15 or 10, I believe.
Well, Lara, you just heard G say it for me. 10 or 15 off the board. What you thinking for game number 5? Huge one here.
Gotta mention also, full send is off the table for the rest of the series as both players have 1 on it, so we will not be seeing that again.
And 13 it is. I've got it.
The OG send there from Lara.
OG send indeed.
Welcome back, Zay.
Say back in chat, welcome back. They are going to join up, and we are going to see how this continues to play out, starting on a green 5. The good luck, as always, drop from Ghost. Love the sportsmanship. And Lara will take their time with this first one. And Ghost is already pre-typing a move. Definitely not surprised by that.
Fastest Ghost in the West, man. Fastest Ghost in the West.
Yep, no doubt about it.
We finally don't get a special card start here, get something normal with the green 5, but...
Yeah, no doubt. Lara goes back to typing. And we'll go with that green 7 and quick green 1. Ghost had that ready. And they will continue to rapid fire back and forth. Rolling with that green.
Just playing it cool so far here, nothing too crazy right now.
Nope.
We had a
Cool,
1-up
cool and
into a cubing action.
Cubing, yep.
Mm-hmm.
To the 3rd power.
Both green 1s off the board now already.
Ghost ready with their next move. Lara hasn't even typed yet. There's Lara.
They're already starting
Loading
now.
up. Loading up for this one. Trying to respond to the 6. Who is, at this point, who's going to run down? Who's going to run dry first?
Throws the +2. Might be another one
Lara's
coming. There it is.
6 freshies over to Ghost. And a 3-bagger to Blue. 6 freshies on the other side. See what that does for Ghost, if he can find something out of that.
Oh, he finds a
He'll go
blue
with the
3.
plays
Little
it
test.
cool.
Little test.
Plays it cool.
There it is, short. What was I just saying? Watch the stats the game Ghost is playing. He's trying to undercut those colors. That's it.
That might have been the
Exactly.
switch that Lara wanted anyways, though.
We got a ditto play as well. Ditto play right there.
Like the old 1-2
It's already
classic.
getting buried. It's already getting buried. 1-2. Yep. Yeah. Chaining those commands is how I like to play too.
1 down.
L2.
Ooh, ditto himself.
1 up.
Double 3.
1 back up again.
6 to 11, though.
5-card lead. No, that's
Another switch there. I
6-card
think
lead
that's
for Lara.
Pandora's.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It
is.
is.
There it is. Short with the Overwatch loot box.
That's what came up when I
And
searched Pandora's box on
no,
Giphy.
that's fair enough, but
That's an interesting call.
Ghost didn't feel comfortable, so throws the +4 down, tries to get 4 more
So
extra for
keeps it
Lara.
red.
It's interesting.
So,
Closes the gap.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't know if I don't think that
zero
puts them
sugar
in the lead.
play up to 8.
Oh, we had the zero
This
sugar
is-
cherry red. You can get your cherry red MRE at drinkmealredenergy.com.
And Lara runs out on red. Wow.
We love the promos here, folks.
I like that suffocation from Ghost Sanford. I really like that. Right, keep it red, keep it one-dimensional
down.
until you get to that 2D level, and that's what you want. You want
But
that crap.
Lara's gonna
plays the wrong
jailbreak
number because
blue.
Lara's able to switch.
Psych! That's the wrong number.
Good move there.
And
Great
gets
Oh,
move.
but goes into yellow.
Oh, that's the wrong
Beautiful.
color.
Running.
Huge
That's
run.
the
Beautiful.
wrong
Red.
color.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Goodness.
Ghost definitely in the lead now.
Ghost said that's Lara
It's
said
Uno.
wrong number. Ghost said wrong
What
color.
a table check from Lara forced the Uno call. Ghost tried to sneak it in a KT type move.
Man, he's stealing my heart, right? He's stealing my heart. He's stealing it.
It's a big play there, but could have had a call out. Does the table check and Ghost gets caught, but covers up the tracks. Gotta wonder what Lara has with those 7 cards.
That's the
I
perfect
mean,
move,
props
though,
on
right?
the table
Ice in
check at the
veins.
very least to force Ghost to have to call.
Wild green.
Good game.
Good
Good move,
block.
good move,
Good
okay.
block. And throws down
Oh,
+2.
great play.
Do we get a run? Do we get a run of? Does Lara get a run of her? No, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be double.
And Ghost still draws.
That wild coming in the clutch here for Lara, able to run the green so far, and goes with the 0.
Back to that
That's a
zero
good
sugar.
call. Good call. If you they want to keep running the green, that's a good placement there. Guess the draw. Lara runs out.
And Lara runs up, but not a terrible thing either.
That's a neutralizing play. That's fine. You take that.
May have just wanted to
Flip the
draw City
scoreboard.
going.
Yeah, look where they are
Ghost
now.
and
Scoreboard
table
flipped.
checks.
Goodness.
Yeah, got a bit of a draw sitting going. Lara may have wanted that. May not have had a clear path beyond that wild. It's a green skip. Might break things out here. Throws the +4 down. Interesting choice. Going back to red. With how much Ghost
That
has drawn in the
three-bagger, closing it
+4.
out.
I mean, that should break Ghost free here. But we
What's
did
the
with
damage?
red.
Yeah, what's
throws
the
a +2 down.
damage? There it is.
1-2,
Cut
classic.
that in half.
This could be 11 and 5.
Cut that in half.
I would be
I don't mind
surprised.
that play.
Mhm.
You good?
I would be surprised if Lara doesn't have a play here, but we'll see. No
Doesn't.
play.
Wow.
I'm surprised about that one. I'm not sure if that's what is the best call there.
They'll continue to run with it. Lara still with nothing.
Yeah, because they just gave Ghost a decent run here, and now they're just trying to look for a switch, and they do get it. Ghost might have
Ooh.
wanted it also, though.
I was about to say that.
Well, it's a trips 1 on the Ditto play. We passed the 7-minute mark.
That's the concern thing also with some of these switches, because then you get a Ditto on a situation like that, and you have to wonder maybe that's what they actually wanted all along. And another quick color switch there. Goes the blue. I feel like this might help Lara somewhat. A Ditto there might have been another switch incoming there. Lara on the 2-color strategy, most likely. This is pretty close at this point. 4 of 5, Lara with a slight lead. Looking for a play here to make it 3 of 5. Goes to the blue 5. What's Ghost got to offer? A wild red. So that might be that's probably going to be a draw from Lara here. It is. Does Ghost have a run to the finish? I think they do. Looks like it. Oh, only check. It's a wild green. We'll see if Lara has anything to counter this. And no, nothing. All right, 3-2 Ghost. Good stuff there from Ghost here to bring it up 3-2 here. 1 game away from getting the series win. Seems like at that point, Ghost is able to kind of choke Lara out on the deck, and at that point with the Green Wild, unfortunately, it was just not enough ammo there to get out of there, because only a green skip and then the green 7 would suffice for Lara, and unfortunately, it was curtains there. But Ghost, one win away. You still have that power play on you. What are your thoughts going into this game 6, especially with you having the home field as well?
Gee, you look at Ghost's game right there. Forget the sneak attack aside. That's one of the beautiful things about his game. He's going fire stream, fire hose style, and he's did a great job undercutting colors again. I think Lara using that +4 just gave him the momentum. I'm curious. I know he's not going to admit it, obviously, but I wonder, in his back of his head, maybe I got 1 or 2 wilds off that, save it to the end, put him in check, and just start suffocating the colors. That's it. He's going to hoping to finish this last one off quick. That's fire hose style all day. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hoping to finish this last one off quick. Fair enough. But yeah, got some power on my side and planning to make the most of it. Fair enough. Lara, down 3-2. You still have your power play, but you got to win the next 2 straight to get the series win. How are you feeling going into this? And what do you think you can do to turn the table and get this series win? I'm just waiting for Lara to type the answer. If there was a question for me, I didn't hear it. Okay. Do you want me to? I'll type it.
Well, G types that question. I'm going to throw this one over to Sanford real quick. Sanford, one of the biggest things you probably have seen is an evolution of Ghost's game. We saw against Nick, he was out to lunch, a Ghost. What's made him actually a visible Ghost tonight? What are the things that you've seen on the table from your side as a player as well? You've been in 3-2 situations, but you've also been in situations where you lost the dark and you had to evolve your game. Talk me through the mental process of that, my friend.
Well, I mean, for me, it was more just watching other people play because I hadn't done a 1v1. For Ghost, he's not usually around. I don't know what's really changed entirely. Maybe just a mindset thing. Because he's looked more like the Ghost that we saw last year that would have had us thinking that he could be possibly a 5 seed. Just hasn't. He didn't have it last tournament. He has it this tournament. So
That's it for sure. It's one of those situations, Sanford, when you got a little month layoff. But Ghost, he's not a guy that's just going to sit back and relax. He's been in some other leagues. You see the history in some best of sevens. You obviously he hasn't played much in UL, but he has the experience in the past. He can look back, and he's a pretty busy guy. So he's keeping his brain always moving at a constant stream of flow. But let's see what G has to say. And let's go to short real quick. Short as G gets this answer. What are you seeing now? You've seen plenty of best of threes over your career. Are you seeing a little bit more of what we were talking about? Ghost is using good color efficiency, or do you think Laraujo has to make an adjustment and say, you know what, if I can't run the colors longer, do you try to adapt to his style? Because we saw that with Ashley, right? Ashley adapted to my style during the finale, and a lot of players seem to be adapting. We saw that a little bit actually in the Final Four with JT. He tried to adapt, but it called out to him. What takes the perfect adaptation skills, especially with a potential Game 6 eliminator right here for Laraujo?
Lara's just got to find a way to take some control, because Ghost has controlled that lightning quick pace of Lara's like to play with that too, and because of that, Ghost has played a lot of good color efficient games, and it's not just on like a OG type start. He can go anywhere. He went 2 straight OG starts, and on the second time he won it. And now he just won it on what? What did we just have?
I believe we just had
we just had 13. We just had
13 OG full.
Yeah.
OG full.
Yeah, we had an OG full set. So like he's showing showing how dynamic his style can be, and I think that's definitely something to watch out for. Lara just needs to find a way to take control of the pace, take control of this game, because Ghost is overwhelming a little bit apart from those 2 wins.
G, read that quote from Lara. Go for it.
Yeah. Also happy to finish this next one quick. Mainly just have to avoid whatever trap he sets up next. Fair enough. On that note, let's just jump into Game 6 here. This could be the final game if Ghost ends up closing this out. But I'll take the Game 6 call here. Ghost, we're 1 away. Can't be 11, 15, or 13. How many cards would you like? Goes low, the no send. Ghost going with the risk here. I think I see the idea.
That is not a surprise.
I see the idea.
That is not a surprise.
It's dynamic play. Like he can win with this pace anywhere. He can win this everywhere. It's not just those low.
It come down to a lot of luck though, too.
Yeah, it can come down to a lot of luck, but he's got some room to play with that. If you lose, you still have a Game 7, so it's
the
wild start.
Wow,
Oh,
that is big.
The problem. Ghost automatically is going to draw because he always does this. He always draws on the +4s.
Oh man.
And we see that out of one of our D2 finalists from last tournament, background character.
What?
Oh, and Lara's playing the
Lara's
game.
like, no, I insist. You start it. You show me your hand.
No, it's a
Ghost respects it.
Yeah,
it's a culture thing.
We essentially have a 6-card start now.
Yeah.
It's a
free
valid
choice
strategy.
of tire 6-card start.
We'll see where
Nick
Ghost
and
starts
Nam
things
are
off here.
astounded.
Yeah, totally valid.
And throws a
KT, go for
+2
it.
down early.
Really?
Down to 4.
Never mind.
So now Lara up to 8.
Goes down to 4. With these low card starts, this could be really quick games here, so Lara wanting to try to get the ball rolling as soon as they can.
These low card starts, luck can play such a big hand that it could either be really quick or really long, just because you either
skip.
have everything
Lara's
or
gonna
nothing.
And draws.
Never mind. I was gonna say Lara's gonna erase it, but didn't erase the +2.
And power play, I
Oh
think
my.
this might be game, and I think this gamble is going to pay off, but
Clean. Well, not yet. Hold on. Let him cook. Relax.
Let's see what we got. Oh
Hey,
man,
chill,
that's it.
Chill. That's it.
Let him cook, G. Let him cook.
The
him
green
cook.
skip actually cost Lara there, because Ghost would have had the draw if they didn't do that.
That's it.
Well, and also think about it. If Lara just plays on the start and doesn't bank into it,
Wait for 30 seconds and it's over. Yeah,
Man.
exactly.
It's how these 5-card starts go
Ooh,
sometimes,
that's great. That's a great diff. Oh my god.
yeah, that gamble pays off, and Ghost is going to win it here. Gets that first series win of the season. Getting his hand still trying to draw was mad. I mean, there wasn't a clear connection to get to the green and red, but that is a pretty solid hand to get on 5. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing there is you have to figure out a way to get the color switch there, but otherwise, not a bad place to start off on.
Let me ask. Or you got a question for Ghost? G?
Yeah, but Ghost, you get that first you get the first series win. Definitely wanted to make sure you had that here in the Aquatic April, so that makes you 1-1 in the season. How are you feeling after the first win of the season? Twenty-eight minute series also. Nothing really went over. Nothing really went over that 6-7 minute range. Although we did have one 8-minute game.
Yeah, that 8-minute game I figured would be the longest one. How this series was going, to be honest.
Feeling good. That's it. Ghost, I want to ask. Yeah, man, Mr. Threat. I want to ask you a question, man. You know, obviously, I'll never ask you how you did that sneak attack, where you got it from, revealed it from. But I want to know just from the mindset, right? Because I always say this quote. The game is temporary. The mind is forever. When you're doing that sneak attack, what's your vitals like? Are you saying, you know what? I'm gonna just keep my heart rate low, right? Get the goosebump. What are your vitals like when you make a move like that? Just take me through that clean cut move, because it's one of the cleanest cut moves in the game. Talk to me just through how your composure is and your vitals are when you make that move for the fans at home, because it's not everyone can understand that move. There's only a few that can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's when you know. That's what I'm telling. When you have that, G, I'm telling you, he's not wrong. Sometimes when I have it, I'm on the edge of my seat too. I'm just like, I gotta pace back and forth, because it's a ballsy move, and you got to make sure you get it clean cut. So I know where he's coming from for sure. It's such a high risk, low reward play, but when we're exactly, man, it's that adrenaline rush. You're skydiving, right, G? And half your parachute's broken, but you still got to find a way to land in the ocean. That's kind of how it is. Welcome to April Aquatic. What a great segue. Go back to you, G. You're good.
Yeah, but Ghost comments here, feeling good, happy on the edge of my seat throughout the whole thing. Oh, my heart always goes wild whenever I do that. It's such a high risk, low reward play, but when it works, it is glorious. Fair enough.
Could not agree more.
Yeah. Lara, unfortunately, on the losing end here, 4-2. Don't quite get that first round win this tournament, but what you take from this match, and how do you think you're going to use it going forward as we move along in the season? And Sanford's going to be learning about some safety standards at maybe the workplace. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard in the background.
Oh, you just heard my TV. That's all.
Yeah, but we'll get this.
The problem is the commercials end up being louder on the channel I was watching. The commercials are always louder than the program itself.
Why does that always happen? Like,
I don't know.
The part you don't care about.
I'll take this question also. Actually, no, I think that was it. And while we wait for Lara to send their answer, let's take a look at this updated bracket pod. So we have our first confirmed matchup with the round of 32 at the end of the first day, and it's going to be number 15 seeded Logan taking on number 10 seeded Ghost in the Dolphin region.
Hey, I've seen that one.
Hey, I've seen that one. Yeah, two upsets so far. So we are starting off a little bit on the upset heavy side so far. 2 of our 3 matches tonight were lower seed favored, so we're wondering if we might see something similar that we saw with March, where we have one region that becomes the Chaos region. And so far, it's looking like this region's all over the place, so might be a little bit of a concern for some of these guys like DJ and Yoshi, and maybe even Ashley herself, as she could be a little worried as we go further on into this bracket. But we're gonna bring this back to the stream layout. Still nothing there. I think Laura's still typing, but Sanford, what are your thoughts after this match? Do you think this was the result you were thinking was going to happen, or was there anything that caught you off guard?
I mean, obviously, like I said, I thought Lara was probably going to be able to get it done. It just ended up being that the quick pace was too much for him, and Ghost was able to take advantage and get it done. Obviously, in hindsight, you probably look towards that +4 start, drawing on it and obliging to what Ghost likes to do. Didn't work out in their favor because Ghost had been drawn or dealt a 2-color strat. So if Ghost just even, or not Ghost, sorry, if Lara had just even blue or yellow, Ghost all of a sudden is drawing even more, as opposed to Lara gave the advantage right back.
Fair enough, but
Nick saying the green skip open door was really what did it for Lara. I'm like,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
in
that
hindsight,
is
yeah,
true.
as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes you don't really want to leave the door open in situations like that. In that case, it cost Lara there, but I mean, you kind of just have to think about it here. When we go through this season, you kind of want every win at that you can get, and I mean, Ghost is able to get off the ground here. Doesn't go 0-2, but Lara's now in a 1-2 situation, which isn't ideal to start the season out. Still not out of it, of course, but I think going to tournament 3, you're probably looking to get a good win there and to try to bring things back here to maybe get at least like a Sweet 16 appearance here. Because this is a bit of a long season, even though it's only 5 regular season tournaments. It's a bit of a long season, so we still got a ways to go. But your opportunities are only there when you can make them. So again, still waiting for.
Yeah, gee, it's kind of funny, man. Really, it's funny because Laraujo was involved in the 10-15 battle with Retro, and now Ghost is going to get his chance against Logan. And the crazy part, G, is I believe I'm not the best usually at remembering things all the time, but I'm pretty sure they're both 5 and 6. At 1-1, so that's a true battle of you can't get much closer than that in terms of records, and the way they play the game is very similar too, very fast paced. So I'm interested to see how the dynamic goes and spur of the moment as well, because we know Logan's got that spur of the moment play. Ghost we know can run downhill faster than the speed and bullet train on the West Coast, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that goes for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Lara just kind of typing up an answer here. Again, unfortunately, Aquatic April will end a bit early for them, but definitely a lot they can take from this match going forward. But yeah, I mean, if we're gonna let's go back to the bracket pod here. Again, it's another 10-15 here. Lara had the chance to maybe play another 15 seed. Will not be the case here, but this is the second tournament where we've seen another 10-15 here. We saw it with Ashley captain, and then we saw it with Lara and Retro. Kind of had an even split there when it came to the winner for both of them. So when it comes to this matchup, what do you think we're expecting here? Of course, we're going to have fast-paced. Ghost always likes to keep things fast, but Logan with a unique challenge here, but I think a matchup that could suit them well because they played against Nam, who is someone who also likes going fast, but this might be pulling things into the next gear here. So we might have been in 4th gear with Nam, might be moving up to 5th gear here with Ghost, so we'll have to see how Logan deals with that. Any thoughts on what that matchup could bring to us when we get to it?
Who were you asking that to? I'm sorry.
I mean, a bit of an open floor. A bit of an open floor, but we'll throw it the KT here.
Well, look, I just said that they're both at the same record. They both have similar wins in a way. You look at Logan's win to Namna, you said fast paced. Ghost, obviously, he is the Mr. Fastest Ghost on the West Coast, as I like to coin it there. But the biggest thing I'm looking forward in that matchup, G, is going to be composure. And like I said, if Ghost continues with this high card stuff, which he's really good at the high card package and the high tier package, it's going to allow him to run downhill. Does Logan have some defense, right? We talk about offense all the time in this league. Sometimes good offense is great defense, and I want to see what the defensive play. Because tonight, Logan really wasn't playing no D. He was just playing plan A. I'm interested to see once these players, we saw with Ghost tonight. He had a couple plan A plans, and he had to switch it. We saw with the red draw, the red 4, and he kept messing up. That's a dead clear plan A to plan B. I want to see if those guys can adapt to plan B and C when plan A doesn't work. That's what I'm most interested for. And then, of course, you got to look at the West Coast, East Coast battle. It's always fun to hype up California versus Pennsylvania. Can't get much better than that, the Battle of the Coast, for sure. Go to Sanford next. Thoughts?
And sorry, the reason why I was asking is because I didn't like tuned into the question.
Just your thoughts on the next match between Logan and Ghost is what G is asking, right, G?
Yeah.
I got it.
Well, the problem is I actually haven't been able to see a single Logan game because the first one happened while I was at work, and the second one happened while I was watching a premiere of a video. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect from Logan yet. For Ghost, I think the question for me is going to be which Ghost is showing up. And, I mean, for Ghost, it looks like the formula's been showcased on what you need to do because Nick was able to get the win pretty handily, and then Lara was able to end up struggling, and Ghost persevered through for the win. So, if Logan can kind of channel what Nick did, he might be into a good spot to try and make another 15 seed into Sweet 16.
I mean, definitely, we're gonna have one of these players be 2-1 following the round of 32. So both are looking to get that Sweet 16 appearance after both having around 64 exits in March. So both players off to a good start here. They're going to be clashing in the round of 32 when we get to it. But looking at the rest of this half of the Dolphin region bracket, again, on Friday we have Yoshi Awesome and Sam England going at it, 6-11 matchup. That'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be number 3 seed DJ Curtis, who threw KT through the ropes in the Sweet 16 in March, but didn't get the job done there. But still, a solid performance from DJ last tournament against Leah, who was the 64th overall seed from March. Unfortunately, wasn't able to beat Yepes there, but did have a solid enough performance. Moved up into the 14 line, looking to get their first career MRE Uno win there. We do have an answer from Lara, so we're going to bring it back here. Main thing I took from this is experience, namely what it's like going up against a quick draw playstyle, and also a bit about Ghost's mind games. This should hopefully help me find counters to those in the future. All right, awesome. So thank you for that. Of course, we'll have our post-game quotes and the news story write-up a little bit later on. But on that note, let's bring things over to tomorrow's matches since we are done for tonight. So we'll be back here at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same channel. It's going to be number 5 Claire Delamas versus number 12 Clint. Both these players are 1-1, looking to get off to the start that they need to get off to after losing the first round of March. Cody, unfortunately, was a bit ill during that March game they had against Brad. Unfortunately, got reverse swept 3-1 there, and then we have Clint, who is the man of many characters. Which character is going to show up tomorrow, we will have to find out, but this will be an interesting matchup, an important matchup for both looking to not fall 0-2 and trying to not dig themselves into a bit of a hole. And then 5:30, we got another stream match going. It will be Christian Tago versus Austin LaPlante. Tago, again, in a similar spot as Lamas and Clint, looking to not be in an 0-2 hole after losing to Chombic in March. And LaPlante coming off a Sweet 16 appearance, looking to back up that run with a solid outing here in the Aquatic April, and that starts with a first-round win. And then 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go to a match that a lot of people are circling as an important match for G-Man here. Had an early exit in March, but some people are saying that maybe it was just because of Captain and the hard pod, but I think everyone knows at this point the excuses are not a thing here anymore. He's got to go out there and perform, get the win there, and he'll be going up against Austin Rogers, who April last season was actually his best tournament, was able to take out number 1 seed of that tournament in Peter Onjak and had an Elite 8 appearance there, his only Elite 8 appearance in this league. So when it comes to April, Rogers is a contender, so we might have to watch out here for a potential upset alert there. But that'll be coming to you at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the third matchup tomorrow. And then our only non-stream match, 10 p.m. Eastern, it will be Kev Shearer versus William Brock. Kev coming off a round of 64 win, looking to build up upon that and learn from the mistakes that he made in that. And it'll be William Brock, who in a way is also in a similar spot, Brock has some hype though as a rookie, and he's looking to have a bit of a coming out party in this tournament and show that he's a real contender for Super League. And then finally, we're going to wrap things up with our fourth and final streamed game of the night, and that will be number 8 Nick versus number 9 MGR. Both players definitely looking for this win here. MGR unfortunately was the victim of a mistake against Kev Shearer, lost in the first round there, and then Nick had a first round win, but unfortunately didn't do too much beyond that as they lost to Avion. Both those players looking for a win here to solidify their seasons and help them move forward as we go along throughout the year. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you for watching. We will be back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern to start coverage for the second day of the Aquatic April. On behalf of the commission team, I am G-Man. We thank you all for watching. We will see you tomorrow to watch Cody Lamas and Clint Buchanan battle it out in the first matchup of the, I'm going to double check, of the Shark region. Until then, we will see you then. Have a great night.